This video is about how to fill out your practice log properly so that we keep track of everything that we are doing and to hold ourselves accountable for what we are doing every day to become better musicians, to become better instrumentalists in particular. So here we go. We're just going to get started. I'm going to start filling this out. Obviously at the top where it says name, you fill out your name. There's mine. And the date, there's mine. And the instrument, that one I'll do a real one. And then the second box is for your daily goal. And this one is very particular. This one is very important. When you sit down to practice, you need to make sure that you have a goal in mind. And this can be as specific as you want, or it can be pretty vague, but make sure that you write something that you know you want to get done today or maybe this week. And that can be as basic as improve my sound. It can be as specific as a few measures in whatever music you might be working on. Whatever your goal is, make sure you have one for that day's practice session. Now, there are 3 categories that are on your practice log, and you need to make sure that you hit all 3 when you practice, okay? The first one is listening, and listening, I assume, is going to be one of the easier ones to get done, because for that, I encourage you to get onto YouTube or any other listening service to get some music into your ears and into your mind. This is a good way to just find the sound of the professional players, or to get used to some music that you need to learn. So I suggest looking up your instrument on YouTube and hearing someone play with a sound that you want to emulate. If you are in high school and you are trying to get better at some specific music that we are playing in band, maybe you could listen to how the professionals play that piece of music. But whatever it is, you look it up and you listen to it. And you write down the title where it says title. Whatever it is that you looked up, write down the specific name of the YouTube video or whatever. And then write down how long you spent listening to it. Now, the comments section is important. This is where you should write down what you thought of that video. I won't go into too many specifics, but it needs to be better than it was good. All right, write down what you heard, write down what you want to emulate, what you want to copy, how you want to improve based on what you listened to. Now, the second category is warm-up, and if you do several practice logs in a row, hopefully this warm-up column will start to look the same every time. All right, there should be at least 5 minutes spent warming up. Maybe more if you would like to, and you should have some sort of a standard routine that is personal to you. All right, we have a pretty routine set up in band with our band warm-ups, but you can have one that's personal to you. If you are a brass player, that definitely needs to include buzzing, and buzzing for a while, definitely longer than what we do in class. If you are a drummer, that should definitely include legatos. We have all sorts of other warm-ups that we do in the percussion section. You can focus an entire time on just getting those warm-ups done. Woodwinds and everyone else, you can use the band warm-ups that we do in class, or you can make up your own warm-up, a scale, or whatever it is that you are comfortable with, but you need to play the same kind of a basic exercise every day, every time that you start your practice session. It's the same as stretching before a workout. You may not have any comments for the warm-up part of your practice session, but if you have any, you should write them down. And then finally, the main part of your practice session is your music. You should be spending the majority of your time with that. I suggest about 20 minutes. And then you write down what it is that you've practiced. If you are a high schooler, that could be maybe your halftime music. You could also be practicing your warm-ups. Some of these warm-ups are a little bit more challenging than others, and some of you may want to improve your abilities on them. It could be any miscellaneous piece of music that you're working on, maybe a solo that you want to get a head start on. That is definitely possible. All right, if you are a middle schooler or in 6th grade, you could be working out of your Essential Elements book, and that is a good place to be improving your abilities there. And I am not too specific about what you need to practice, because as long as you're playing something, you are improving. But whatever it is that you are practicing, make sure that you are writing in some comments about what you did. All right, and that may include need to focus on a certain measure, need to work on dynamics, or maybe a goal for next time. But whatever it is that you do, the comment section for the music portion of your log is the most important. That is where you are writing down what you think you did and what you think you need to do next time to continue improving as a player. And the next time you fill out a practice log, the comments here will motivate your goal for the next one. So these will be turned in every time you practice, and you will be held accountable for a certain amount of minutes a week. And we will talk about that more in class and on Canvas, but this should help get you started.